For the past 7 months, this has been my phone, my portable speaker, my gaming console, and most importantly, my everyday camera. And while most flagships in 2023 can do this, there's just something special about the Xperia 1.4. Be it the easy to hold 21:9 form factor, thoughtful features like the headphone jack and SD card slot, or the improved near 4K display, this phone does have a lot to help it stand out from the crowd. With that said, it's still not a perfect device. This is a look at the Xperia 1.4 in 2023. The 1.4 thankfully addresses a few of the shortcomings from the 1.3, the biggest of which would be the battery performance and the screen brightness while outdoors. The new 5000 mAh battery and 50% brighter screen really helped the 1.4 to last longer while being comfortably visible now outdoors. Speaking of battery life, the 1.4 easily gets me throughout my days now. I usually charge to around 80%, and at the end of my work days, I'm at about 40 to 50%, so not super heavy, but on camera heavy days, I still do like to bring a battery bank with me just out of habit and paranoia because of my, my older devices, but usually even on camera heavy days, it can last me throughout the whole day. While I'm in the camp that you don't really need a 4K screen on a phone that is, you know, the size of a phone, you do have to admit that in the right conditions, this thing looks incredible. Gaming on the 1.4 is really great. I grew up a console gamer, so I'm pretty comfortable with a controller, and I moved on to PC but still use a controller, and thankfully it's really easy to pair the PS5 DualSense controller with the 1.4, that way I can play the Call of Duty or the Torque Drift game that I like to play. But yeah, it's really easy to pair, and it's also great for when I'm emulating games. I have a small library of Game Boy Advance and PSP games that I'm able to load up and play on the go for a little hit of nostalgia. The 1.4 also has a pretty in-depth game enhancer with some helpful features like increasing, I think, what is it, the gamma, increasing the gamma levels so you can see in darker regions easier, and it also has power pass-through, meaning you can plug in to bypass unnecessary charging. Make sure your charger is fast enough though, or your battery will start to dip if you're pulling more power than you're receiving.
Tell your future like a psychic. Baby, you gon' end up right in my bed. Chemistry is science. I could play it cool, but I be lying.
So as you can see hinted throughout the video already, my biggest problem with the 1.4 is the green tint. While this could be completely anecdotal, I've had pretty bad luck with the 1.2, 1.3 Pro I, and now the 1.4, and you can see at 120 Hz it becomes a lot worse than at 60 Hz. My problem with this is that I'm always going to be using the 120 Hz mode because it just looks fantastic. But you know, I don't see a huge amount of other people complaining about it, so I could just be really unlucky, but it also doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes seem worse than others, so it makes me wonder if it's more of a software bug than a actual hardware defect. Now, before getting to the cameras of the device, I would like to take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, me. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's thanks to you guys that I'm doing what I'm doing, and if you do like what you see, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much. One of my favorite new features on the 1.4 in the camera department is the ability to shoot HDR bursts on all camera lenses. I figure there's already a lot of videos going over the basic layout of the camera module on the 1.4, so instead what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to show some of my favorite images from over the past 8 months. I've seen some people worried about auto mode and how it kind of sometimes can take a second to process photos. One thing that you can do is, sorry, not auto mode, basic mode. You can go in and set it to the burst low, and then you can kind of do that. But as you can see, the shadow quality in particular very quickly deteriorates, but it is an option. More often than not, I find basic mode to be more than acceptable, but I do just like to shoot manual because I enjoy the experience, and it's always important to protect your highlights, remember. But yeah, I'm going to attach a few of my favorite JPEGs that I've also shot throughout the months, and here they are. One of the new features in the video department is being able to record 4K 120 in standard or HDR on all of the lenses, except the front, all of the rear lenses. I've done a video already showing the importance of having an ND filter, so I'm going to show some of the clips from that. But yes, this allows you to get all of those juicy 4K 120 clips. And you can see my waving. It looks like it should. So yep, this is how it's supposed to look. This is what most people you see, kind of the setup they have. This is how they always look good, even in really bright situations like this. You can of course film a video with auto shutter, but it's gonna have that kind of jittery look. But yeah, this is with the Pro Mist variable ND 6 to 9. I'm at the 6 right now. And yeah, it looks pretty great. I think a little bit overexposed, but yeah, overall really good. Alright, so this is 120 with the filter on. Let's give it a run and let's slow it down. And hopefully this will inspire some people to get out and shoot some video with their phone out in some bright conditions. I personally don't do a whole lot of video with the phone. I'm much more into photography, but I do enjoy being able to, I don't know, have some creative freedom with it, and I will attach a little short that I made a few months ago using the video on the 1.4. Honestly, I really love the Xperia 1.4 and I think it's a great device, but at the asking price, the MSRP of $1,600, I just absolutely cannot recommend it to anyone. As of filming this though, I see it's on sale at B&H for about $1,200, which is way more in line with what I think the price should actually be. But other than that, a few issues. Anyway, what was I saying? I think it was green tint. Yeah, I'm not very happy with the green tint on the devices I've had, but other than that, I think it's a really good device. I think if you're on the fence about getting the 1.4, probably hold out and see if the 1.5 brings any like really good improvements. I think if it's using the new TSMC chip, that would be a huge improvement and everyone would be happy about that. So I think definitely hold out for that. But yeah, overall, if as long as you're not paying MSRP for it, I think it's a hugely wonderful device. I don't think that's very good English, but yeah, it's really good and I'm really happy with everything I've done with it in the past 8 months. I totally forgot to mention, this is post Trevor here. I didn't mention anything about overheating, but it was totally fixed for me within like the first couple months, so I haven't really faced any overheating problems. I have a couple videos showing like recording over 15 minutes, over 20 minutes of 4K video. I can't remember if it was all 120, some of it 30, some of it 24. Anyway, it's been totally fine for me, but I see some people in some more tropical areas kind of not having the same fortune. So maybe I would definitely hold off on the 1.4 if you're in kind of a more like tropical area. But I've seen some people online get pretty nasty about like me recommending to put your phone in airplane mode if you're going to be recording for a long time. But I mean, if you're going to be recording like long form video, then you probably don't want to get a phone call or something in the middle of it, so it doesn't really make sense why you wouldn't put your phone in airplane mode, just to, I don't know, help out if it does. But yeah, definitely putting your phone in airplane mode, or at least turning off the 5G radios, definitely helps in terms of heating. But even now, I don't really face a huge issue with 4K recording, so just wanted to get that in there before the very end. So with that said, thank you all so much again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you.